After nearly 300 miles hiked over 19 days, including 8 wild camps and 4.5 hours of YouTube footage, it's time for the final chapter, Worthing to Brighton.
Well, I've been told I must be a madman for wanting to get up pre-dawn when it's -2 degrees outside to go for a coastal hike. Well, you'd better slap the straitjacket on me, pack me off to Broadmoor and throw away the key, because I'm here for it. This is the final chapter of the South Coast hike. Well, it's just gone 8 o'clock in the morning, folks. We've got to get over to Brighton today, and we've got to be there by sunset at 3:41, I believe it was. Absolutely beautiful morning. Let's go. We're in the cultural epicentre of Worthing. This is the Pavilion Theatre. Worthing Pier, voted Pier of the Year in 2019. This is Worthing Dome Cinema. This is one of the oldest cinemas in the country. Built back in the day when cinemas were more about style than size. My mate, your welly's gone a bit frosty. So have your legs. Oh my God, you haven't got a body. For just £1 million, you can have a penthouse and this building here. Not sure I'd fancy living there. Looks like a 70s hotel on the Costa del Sol. Now I do like these colourful houses. I'd much rather one of these than a 70s hotel that's actually built in about 2020. So we've got a 24/7 pizza machine here. Touch it, start. You make your choice. Let's go for pulverised pepperoni, hot pizza. Enjoy right away. Confirm. We're obviously not actually going to get one. It's 8:15 in the morning, but you do that and it's all made up inside, and then it comes out the little slot there. I can't imagine they taste that great, to be honest. The old Pirate's looking pretty cold as well. Here's a little Worthing fishing port, looking very frosty indeed. Well, we're leaving Worthing behind now. We're alongside this busy road in rush hour traffic, so nothing too exciting for the next few miles at least. Well, that's us finally off that long horrible road. We're now on Lancing Green. In the north of England, they've got this belief that us people down here in the south aren't friendly at all. We never say hello to each other. I'm going to test that theory out now. I'm going to say hello to everyone I see for the next few miles and see if they respond. Morning.
She works on that nursing home. She does all
Morning.
that.
Morning. Hiya. Morning. Hiya. Morning. 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 So there you go, folks. Most people do respond with a hello or good morning. I think the difference down south is that you have to say it to them first and they'll respond generally, whereas up north people are more likely to say it to you first. Got a nice little area here. We've got the beach on this side, and on this side we've got this lagoon with all these unique homes with hot tubs in the back garden and everything, and they've got access to the lagoon so you can go out paddle boarding or kayaking. Are you going for a swim or just staying warm?
No.
Oh, good. Yeah, I noticed with jackets, yeah. Oh, not today though, eh?
We went in last weekend, didn't we? But yeah, maybe not today.
No, a bit chilly, isn't
I
it?
think the water's warmer than the air, isn't it? By far right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Water's
it worked.
About 12, I think. 12
Oh, okay. It's just when you get out though, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Ooh. Right, have a good one. We've come right off the coast now, folks. There's a place I want to show you. We're just coming up to Shoreham Airport, also known as Brighton City Airport, and this is the oldest airport in the UK. And here's the main terminal building, built in the 1930s. Not really used as a commercial airport anymore. I believe you can get flights over to Alderney in the Channel Islands, but it's used more for the cafe, and I believe there's an aviation school here. Let's go get a hot drink in the cafe, warm the old cockles up a bit. The river is looking especially sludgy today. Alright, we're in Shoreham by Sea now, guys, twinned with that Polish beer that nobody can pronounce. Right, we're on Shoreham Beach now. As you can see, it's very shingly, but the good news is we don't have to go that way. We're heading down here. We're going to have a look at the houseboats on the river. So where we're headed now is along the riverbank in Shoreham, the south bank of the river Adur, and these houseboats that you can see in front of you is a community that's been developing since World War II, when decommissioned military boats were first plonked here in the sludge. Now what you've got is a really eclectic mix of these boats, even a little play park in this one on the decking. So because these vessels are all waterborne technically, even though they stay here pretty much most of the time, no building regulations apply, so you can do what the hell you want with these boats. Morning. Morning. So I'm guessing by the key box here, this one's up for rent, maybe an Airbnb. So some like their privacy more than others. Pretty ramshackle here. So there's around 60 of these boats all together. All various sizes, all completely different from each other. Revolution, Emma Goldman, the anarchist. So if you fancy a holiday on the houseboats, here's what you got to look for. Houseboat Dodge. Look at this bad boy. Looks like it's ready to go to war. One under construction here. That'll be interesting to see how that turns out. This must be one of the old war boats. So back after World War II, there's a chronic shortage of housing, and the war boats were considered inexpensive back then. I dread to think how much that costs now. Well, that was the last one. Now head over the bridge into town. So Shoreham is more of a port town than a beach town, which means as we head further east, it's going to get a bit more industrial. Very industrial indeed. I'd find some swimmers. Here they are, nutters. There's a little sauna thing there. Fair play. So I've now come off the road and we're heading into Shoreham Port. Britannia beaver. Looks like that beaver's getting stuffed. Right, so in this part here we need the locks to be open to be able to cross over to the other side, to the coast. However, we've got this big bad boy, the Baltic Arrow, in our way. There's a flag of St Kitts and Nevis there on the stern. Small Caribbean island. I'm sure it's a bit warmer there than it is here. So it's not the most picturesque beach along here. As you can see, it's very industrial. However, at least we're walking on the concrete and not the shingle. After doing this hike for this many months, shingle's like a swear word to me. I'm going to start using shingle instead of the four-letter word that starts off similarly. But I can't say I'm sad to be leaving this industrial area. Onto the coast we go. There's Hove Lagoon there. It's good for wakeboarding in the summer. And here's an indicator of just how stormy it's been recently. The waves and the wind blowing up the shingle onto the bank. Keeps this man in a job though. Some lovely colourful beach huts here. Starting price for one of these, £29,000. I think I'll pass. So for the most part, Hove is a very upmarket kind of place. You might have heard of it being referred to as Hove actually. That's because when someone from outside this area says, "Are you from Brighton?" the usual response is Hove actually. And if you live in the next town along, Portslade, the answer is usually Portslade, unfortunately. So there's a lot of construction work going on here. Looks like they're going to be building a lot of sporting facilities here along the coast, here in Hove. Just when I thought I'd got away from the shingle, it's come back to get me. Even on the paths, I'm not safe. New sculpture, the flight of the langoustine. Right guys, as we're doing well for time, I'm going to head inland for a bit of lunch. One of my favourite places in Hove. Lovely bit of lunch there. Not the cheapest pizza in the world at £14 plus a 12.5% service charge, but it's worth paying that extra bit for quality sometimes. Out here by Hove Lawns, I love this Regency architecture here. Looking beautiful in the sunlight. Cold weather won't stop them playing petanque. Unfortunately, this seems to be an increasing problem. Homelessness, people living in tents, a lifestyle choice if you believe some politicians. I'm sure nobody wants to be out when it's -1 degrees, getting down to -5 at night, sleeping in a tent outside. The Upside Down House, that's a fun place to kill 20 minutes, take some funny photo. All the rage now, these little visible igloos, aren't they? Look at these absolute lunatics down here. To be fair, there's quite a few people sunbathing, and that woman said it's 12 degrees in there and it's 2 degrees up here, so who's the real madman? No, I'm still going with them, they're still mad. Well, it's winter, it's quiet, apart from the angle grinder over there, but it is one ride open. There's nobody actually on it though. Oh yeah, there is. 2 people, 3 people. Alright guys, got a special treat for you this evening. With me I have a world traveller, a local expert. He's originally from South Africa, he's travelled all over the world. He's a YouTuber as well, got loads of videos from interesting places like Greenland, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. Anywhere else?
Well, yeah. Thanks everyone. Thanks. Nice to see you all. Thank you, Matt, for a nice introduction.
This is Willie from Willie Explore. I'm going to put a link for his channel in the description, and this is the name of his channel.
Nice to see you.
Willie's been in Brighton for how long?
Since 2009, in England since 2007, so I've been around a bit.
And Willie's going to show us around a little bit, tell us a little bit about the local history here in Brighton, and, and show us around the sites.
Absolutely, yes. So, well, you've got the i360 just over there. Over here, so this is the newest addition really to the skyline here on the seafront. It's a bit of a la-di-da spot now for people, but it was constructed in 2016, or actually finished in 2016 August, and yeah, just a beautiful area in general just to explore here as well. You've got the West Pier over there, that was designed by Eugenius Birch, and the date there is 1866, and the way that I remember it always is with the Battle of Hastings in 1066. Only 800 years later did they put up the West Pier here, but now you can see obviously it's had a bit of a change.
And you had the Great Fire of London in 1666.
And that's right. That's another way to sort of
England won the
remember
World Cup in 1966.
There you go. Something about the
something about 66.
66, isn't it?
Sign of the devil, almost.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. But obviously, I don't know how much you know about the history here, but in 2003, this pier burned down, and it is now beyond repair, so they can't fix it. And it's just sitting there for people to admire. And actually, I've read this is most photographed structure in all of Sussex. Although, having said that, now that the i360's up, I'm not entirely sure if it's overtaken the West Pier, to be honest. So we'll have to find out.
And they call that the donut on the stick, right?
Yes.
Although the donut seems to be hidden at the moment,
That's it.
at the bottom somewhere.
I've heard other more sort of rude nicknames for it as well. If you go to Cape Town, for example, you know, they call it something else. But,
Let's keep it PG.
Let's keep it PG, yes. And I don't know if you've ever stayed here. It's quite a pricey hotel.
No, it's out of my price range.
It's out of mine as well. But it's actually got an interesting history as well. If you're into politics, you might have heard of a Brighton bombing that took place here in 1984. The IRA trying to assassinate Margaret Thatcher. That was on the 12th of October 1984. But yeah, this is the site where it happened. I don't know if you've ever seen a Pebble Beach before. Certainly you have, coming from
Yeah, I definitely have. Too
but
many.
It is estimated, and bear in mind this was at one stage when I read it a few years ago, 640 billion pebbles. And I don't know if that is the current state of play, but if you're an expert in pebble counting, let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your views.
If you've got a lot of spare time, you can come along and count them.
I can certainly see at least 25 from here.
Is that 640 billion here in Brighton and Hove, or
I believe it's just on the Brighton seafront.
just on the Brighton seafront?
I believe so.
Okay.
Have you noticed it's almost Christmas? It's unbelievable just how quick this year gone. But we are standing outside the Brighton Palace Pier. It was constructed in the 19th century and it was finished in 1899. And obviously here in Brighton was one of 3 piers, and yeah, you might ask yourself 3, but obviously there was the Royal Suspension Chain Bridge that was here once and no more. And I showed you the West Pier earlier, it's burned down, so this one here is the only one of the 3 that is still in operation and in existence. So there you go, our very special Brighton Palace Pier.
Right, thanks Willie for the tidbits, the advice.
Matt, absolutely my pleasure, mate. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and have a great Christmas.
And you, and I just want to take this time to say thank you to you, mate, because this guy here has shown me parts of England that I never knew existed, particularly here along the southern parts, the south coast, and I just want to say thank you for that, and it's been a pleasure showing you around here.
Brilliant, thanks Willie.
No worries.
Well folks, this is it, this is the end. After many miles of walking, many hours of content, 8 wild camps, the South Coast hike has come to an end. Now I've done some Back to the Future sort of thing here because I've done my outro before I finish filming. So you get all sorts on this channel, time travel, special effects, everything. So that's another challenge completed. What next? Well, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. From Sandbanks in Dorset to Ryan, East Sussex, including the Isle of Wight, that's the South Coast completed. I'll see you in the new year for the next challenge. For now, Merry Christmas, and thank you very much for watching. Cheers.